Hello, hello. Hi, everyone. As you come in, we'll give people maybe like 2 more minutes as we come in. And I'm Sandra Waidaka, part of the Seed Spot team. So I'll be doing a bit of an introduction, and then I'll be handing things off to our amazing speaker for the session, Noah. So while we wait, everyone just enjoy a picture of my face right here. No, I'm kidding. But just a few more minutes, and then we'll go ahead and get started. All right, I want to ensure that Noah, we get the most out of your time. So I'm gonna go ahead and kick us off, and then I'll hand things over to you if that's okay.
Sounds good to me.
Okay, great. So hi everyone, once again, I'm Sandra Idaka, part of the Seed Spot team. I'll be here as your main tech support in the chat checking, but just to clarify that Noah is leading us in this session, I'm super excited. So Startup Spring Training, once again, it's about the series. It's about 5 weeks. We have free workshops and mentorships for Arizona-based entrepreneurs. At the end of hitting every base, you'll get a $500 micro grant and like ensuring that you go through all your bases. And then this is curated specifically for Arizona represented founders. So we did our best to get our mentors and our speakers all from the Arizona community. I'm actually in charge of the mentorship portion. So in general, once you start your mentorship sessions, I'll be the person to ask if you have any questions. So it's super exciting. This is the first time I'm actually involved in this series, and hopefully you guys are psyched up about it altogether. So the series runs from March 3rd till April 4th. And then by attending this Zoom, you're already checked in and receiving attendance for this session. So this counts as one of your sessions out of the three in order to move to the next space, which is mentorship. And that's it for me on the logistical side. So I'll go ahead and stop sharing my screen just to let you know this is being recorded. However, the focus is that you do attend throughout the session, and we'll keep an eye on the time just to make sure you attend start to finish. And I'll go ahead and hand this over to Noah.
All right.
No, let me go ahead and give you host. You probably need a host things for you to be able to share. Just by the way. Okay, there you go. You should have permission now.
All right. Hi, everybody. My name is Noah Garcia. It's a pleasure to be here. I'm with Public Allies AZ. Let's see. Real quick, am I in control of my slides or are
You are in control of your slides.
okay,
I
just wanted
have
to double
no
check.
power. Yep.
Gotcha. All right, so let me go ahead and get that started up there. I don't have much experience.
All good. Take your time. In the moment, we can ask, where is everyone calling in from in Arizona? I'm obviously calling from Maryland. So, if everyone wants to give us a shout out for your city, or if you're in, where you're calling in from, I think that'll be fun. Okay, we've got Tucson. Am I saying it correctly? I hope I'm saying it correctly. Is that Lou saying it right? Give me a thumbs up if I'm saying it right. Yeah? Cool. Oh, okay, surprise. I've heard nice things about that place, Phoenix. Okay, I love it. Okay, we got representation coming through. Yeah, I think you are free to. Is there a way you can like make the screen a bit bigger?
Yeah, let me try something real quick. Let me switch over.
All good, all good. Try your magic. That's what we're here for. Okay, we got Tempe. Okay,
Here we go. Here we
cool. Look
go.
at every part. It seems like we're getting people from everywhere, which I love. I'm not familiar with Arizona. It's actually gonna be my first time going in like 3 or 4 weeks. So I'm going to Phoenix for a work retreat. So I'm excited. Give me food recommendations. What cuisine should I eat or not eat? What should I avoid? Okay, March is the best time to visit. I love that. If anyone has businesses, I should definitely make sure I visit as well. Feel free to recommend. No, if you want to send me, I think Astrid put together. Okay, there we go.
Here we go. I got it. There we go. Took me a little bit, but hey,
Yeah,
this is my
you
first
got
time
it.
actually
It's
leading
coming
a
together.
presentation
Looks
online, so I'm
good.
excited to be able to bring it to you. So this is Leading Authentically. This is a workshop focused on integrating self-understanding into leadership practices. So I'd like to introduce really quickly. We have our wonderful public allies, Yolotsi, Lou, and Bob. Lou is actually here inside the chat with us. Wonderful to join us. This was originally a creation of Yolotsi. She had developed it and she put it into my hands to turn it into what it is now today. So I'm eternally grateful for the opportunity. We are going to go today on a journey. We are looking at leadership through the lens of the hero's journey. And that is going to invoke our call to adventure, finding out the unique gifts that we have. It's going to take us on a journey where we use those gifts collaboratively to overcome challenges using the basic tenets of transformative justice and ultimately finding a reward and gaining new insights into why we do the things that we do. Now, in order to start this journey, we need to prepare for the journey. And so what I want to do is I'm going to share in a document for y'all. Let me see if I can get that set up too. Let me put this into the chat for y'all real quick.
No, I love the slides. They're gorgeous.
Oh,
Side
thank you,
note.
thank you, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Spent much time on these. All right, let me know if that link works out there for y'all.
Yep.
All right, wonderful. So I want you to take a little bit of time and just remind yourself on how you check in with yourself and writing down the ways you can practice self-care. Now, did this open into your own copy or is everyone using the same one?
Everyone's in the shared copy. Are you
Hmm.
recommending that we make our own copies?
Yes, please.
Okay.
I've looked into how to do that before, but that's all right. We take these bumps when we get them, right?
Yep. Yep. Everyone just ensure that you click on file, make a copy, and then you can make a copy of the document.
Ultimately, we just want to, especially with everything that's been going on lately, with ever stress you're carrying in, we want to make sure that you're bringing in your best self as we get ready for this journey, right? If you think back to all the heroes that you think about inside all these famous stories, they come as they are for a brand new journey coming together, right? While you're doing that, I'd like to introduce y'all to the call to adventure, right? Every story begins with a call. It's what brought us here. Ultimately, what we believe here is that leadership is one, a shared quest. It's something that you never do alone. We believe that each person is going to bring a unique skill that's something unique to their own. And we want to make sure that we're reflecting on what moves us to service, what it is that's calling us to do the things that we do, right? In The Hobbit, it was Gandalf not brings you. Inside your document, you should also have what moves you to service, right? Reminding you of why are you doing the things that you're doing, wherever you come from, whatever background you have. If you're here because you want to learn something new or because you want to change something about yourself, or if you want to change the world. So we want to reflect on what is it exactly that's causing you to lead that way, right? Cutting off. I'm going to try turning off my screen and seeing if that helps my connection. Let's see. Hopefully that gives it a little bit better. I do have a notoriously rough internet.
Oh, good. No, I think we can hear you now if I'm not wrong.
Okay, perfect. I'll just run through quickly what I said. Leadership being a shared quest, each person bringing a unique skill, reflecting on what moves you to service. Ultimately, we're just looking for that call to adventure, that thing that drives us to why we do the things that we do, that Gandalf knocking on the door, telling us it's time to go, and why we answer that call, right? Now, we're going to need a few different things as we get into this. One of those is meeting the mentor, the person who leads us on our quest, right? And we take a few inspirations here inside this journey. One of them, of course, is Adrienne Marie Brown. She is the creator of this concept of emergent strategy, something we'll be relying heavily on. She believes in shaping the conditions through which a group can engage in relatively simple interactions and generate many possibilities, which is a concept that we'll be absolutely relying on here. And Bob Anderson, who's the founder of the Core Gift Institute. And he
No,
believes,
oh, sorry, you
yes,
keep cutting in just a bit.
let me see. I will try
Sometimes,
this.
sometimes when I close out tabs, it works out a bit better. So maybe if you have too many tabs open.
Let me check. Da, 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 da. Do you have any other tabs? Is there an option where I can connect to my phone?
Is there an option where you can?
Yeah, let me see if I can change my audio over to my phone. Usually I have a little bit better connection there.
Go ahead if you need to, and then I'll go ahead and let you back in. You can just join the meeting on your phone, or don't leave this one, but join on your phone.
I'll be right back.
Okay, no problem. We want to ensure that we can hear Noah well. The side note, has everyone started answering the preparing for the journey self-reflection check-in? Has anyone put in any of their practices or tools that you currently use to take care of yourself as a leader? Not yet. For everyone joining, where our speaker was here, we are having him come back. He had a few technical difficulties, but he should be back shortly. I'm Sandra, part of the Seed Spot team, who's here for tech support. Whoa, what happened? Appreciate your patience, everyone. For everyone joining, we are waiting on our speaker. He had a few technical difficulties. He should be joining us shortly, so thank you so much for your patience.
If you could have it go ahead over to the mentors, please. All right, so a quick run through just for my own self as well as everyone else who's just joining here. We're going on the hero's journey. We are identifying our core unique gifts, learning how to use them collaboratively, embracing the tenets of transformative justice, and gaining new insights into why we do the things that we do. We have prepared for ourselves by checking in with ourselves, reminding ourselves of the way that we practice self-care. We've reminded ourselves of our initial call to adventure, the thing that's making us move. Emergent strategy, which is the next slide over. But what does it actually mean? Nick Obolensky says that emergence is the way of complex systems and patterns and how they arise out of a multiplicity of relatively simple interactions, which are big, 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 gigantic words. And I think that in order to actually understand what they mean, let's break it down, right? Emergency is how we look at complex systems and patterns. We all live through emergence ourselves. It's the natural way that humans interact with each other. When we are engaging with each other, these are these complex patterns and these complex ways of dealing with each other that we intuitively know. And it's these little simple things that ultimately emerges from them. I have a picture in the corner of a fractal, right? A fractal is a form of emergence. It's this infinitely repeating pattern, both inward and outwards. An emergent strategy is built up of 9 tenets that Adrienne Marie Brown lists out for us. Small is good and small is all. It's the little things, the really, really tiny things that matter most. Change is constant. This one we all understand, but it's a little harder to accept sometimes. Number 3 is that there is always enough time for the right work. You can always make time, especially if it really matters. Number 4 is one that I really try to embody, especially in presentations like this, that there is a conversation in the room that only these people at this moment can have. Number 5, this one I'm especially embodying today with all the hiccups we've had. Never a failure, always a lesson. I think that one's especially obvious with all the things I've learned myself already. Number 6 is trust the people. The people are where it matters most. And along that speed, you need to move at the speed of trust. It's one thing to trust the person next to you. It's another to actually move in a way that shows that and demonstrates that. Now, into worlds. And that can be a bit of a what if we is crossing the threshold, the first step out of the door in any hero's journey. And we want to embody that through transformative justice. Justice, or however, is this idea of seeking less harm without creating more harm, instead focusing on.
Sorry, Noah. I'm not sure if you can see the chat. You're going in and out, but this is so beautiful. Just you might want to pause before we move to the next slide. Noah, can you hear me? I'm not sure if it's for anyone else, but was he in and out? Did anyone else? Yep. Okay, he was in and out. Okay. No, you might want to just go a slide back on the beginning of the transformation, and then yeah. And then come off mute now. I think maybe your sound would like us now.
All right. Hello, everyone.
Yep, we can hear you.
All right. Horizontal leadership, transformative justice.
Yep.
We're addressing harm without creating more harm. We're healing, we are focusing on accountability and community-driven change rather than an individual level. And we believe in horizontal leadership, where everyone's voice and abilities are valued equally, meaning that anyone at any time can step up as a leader depending on their strengths and insights. Moving on further into transformative justice, we believe that involves embedded healing and accountability. You need to make space for open conversations and trust building, even when conflicts arise. You need to be able to focus on asset-based community building. That means that seeing each person's gifts as essential contributions to a supportive and resilient community. And it also means creating inclusive spaces for growth. You need to be able to foster environments where mistakes are learning opportunities and everyone is encouraged to take initiative. Again, like I said, embodying a lot of mistakes today. I've already made plenty, but I'm taking these each as learning. Now, when you go onto your journey, you need to be able to face the road of trials. I've mentioned these concepts of gifts before, but it helps to actually know what those tools are. Bob Anderson, he breaks them down into 6. There is presence. That is one human offering themselves to another human. There's contribution, a physical provision. There's collaboration, doing for, with, or on behalf of someone. As powerful as what they look at the world, which is innate business.
Wait, Noah.
Hi.
Pause. Okay. Collaboration had started to go in and out, but I think you're good now. No, actually, no.
No? Don't worry, the talking part with me is almost over. Soon we'll have you guys talking.
Okay, cool. I think you're good now, so you can go on.
Wonderful. That's something I'm myself as well today. When we identify our gifts are our core way of helping and being part of the world. Luke, could you switch to the next slide for me, please? In order to find your gifts, you need to ask yourself, what do I bring to the events in my life? How do I show up for myself and others? What was I truly trying to bring? And did I accomplish what I intended? And because no person is an island, you need to also ask the others around you, what is your experience of me? And what do I bring to our relationship?
Noah. Sorry, your connection just started to go out as soon as you started talking about allies and teamwork. Okay, you can try now. I think your connection likes a break in between, so maybe try now. Oh, and I think did we lose Noah? We lost Noah. So far, though, I'm loving the slides and the information. I don't know if you guys are. There's a lot of things on here that are resonating with me personally. I'm sure as leaders and founders of organizations, you can definitely tell that there's a lot of things that are resonating altogether.
Hello?
Oh, you're back.
All right.
Nice. Okay, go on.
No one can move a mountain alone. Right now, I'm relying on my allies and teamwork to help get me through this. As you can see, perfect demonstration right now. But just because you might not be great at everything doesn't mean you have any less intrinsic worth. Me, myself, I'm a big nerd. I fully embrace it. I fully admit it. So I have a lot of experience playing different games like Dungeons and Dragons, for example. And in any RPG, you always have a list of skills. You have a certain amount of skills, but you only have so many points to put into your abilities. So on this next section, I'm going to have you all take a look at your document, and you will see that there is a section in which you have 15 points. You only get 15 points. And you're going to use this to assign the points to each gift according to how you feel about your own strengths. Now, because you only have 15, you have to choose carefully, but you also have to choose accurately. It's okay to be honest in confronting your own perceived shortcomings. But go ahead and take a bit of a moment and look over your points and your gifts and identify where you think you have the most strength.
So I think someone unfortunately took a page of the copy of Leading Authenticity and erased everything. So I'm inputting a document, my own version that's sharing, so everyone can take a look at it and make a copy, but you won't be able to erase anything. This is the document that Noah is referencing. Just
There you go. I restored the original document.
Okay, cool.
So go ahead and make a copy of that. And
Sorry, Noah? Does everyone at least have access to make a copy of the document? Thank you for those who are active in the chat. I appreciate it. Sure Noah does as well. Waiting on Noah to come back in and oh, there we go.
you do not need to turn this in. This is purely for yourself and self-reflection.
Cool. So Noah, just to clarify, the exercise is we should be working on this document right now.
Yes, please. Together, yes.
All right. Together, everyone should be discussing and talking about it?
Yes, please.
Okay, cool. So this is the discussion point version. So I think if people want to come off mute and discuss, this is the time. I'm going to go back to being part of the background now. Noah, just to clarify, do you want us to discuss the practices or tools or to talk through the document together?
Right now we are reflecting on the gifts. So right now we are simply just go ahead and fill out the document itself, and then I will give you an activity that we can work on together and we can help solve this.
Cool. How much time should I give us for the activity so everyone can be working on it?
We'll give a couple of more minutes, please.
Okay, cool, perfect.
We're specifically discussing the leveraging team. Sorry, not leveraging. We are specifically discussing the
Gifts portion.
Yes, let's go ahead and open up the discussion. Not to put anyone on the spot here, I noticed, Angelica, you mentioned that you gave yourself presence a 5, contributions a 5, and then collaboration a 3. Would you like to speak on that?
Yes, and so I gave myself a 5 on the presence because I've been told I have like a magnetic presence and I draw people in and inspire them with my attention. And so that's why I gave myself a 5, and then contribution a 5 as well, because it states your contributions are impactful and resourceful, providing the essential physical support that opens new possibilities for the team. So it's kind of like example, like how this is like a contributing factor in a sense. It's like the physical support and that opens like new possibilities. And then collaboration, I gave myself a 3 because I am always actively encouraging team cohesion and motivating others to collaborate.
I like that. Okay. Thank you for being the first person to open up the door.
Yes, of course, someone has to. And thank you so much for your patience and for being here.
Thank you. I appreciate the feedback. Does anyone else want to open it up?
Actually, I have a question, Noah, as a participant and both as a listener. Between presence and contribution, what would you say is like the physical provision? Can that be yourself? One human offering themselves to another human?
It absolutely can be. Yes,
Okay.
I would absolutely say so.
Okay. That was my question. Otherwise, I think it'd be great if anyone else, Angelica, thank you so much for sharing. If anyone else wants to go ahead and share more, this is quite interesting and an amazing framework, Noah. So thank you for bringing this.
Just to speak on the contribution, I will say that sometimes it can be as simple as lending a physical shoulder to cry on, right? It doesn't necessarily need to be you're bringing supplies to some sort of event. It can be something as just offering a shoulder, right? There's a lot of overlap, I find. Ultimately, I think categorization is helpful for understanding the whole picture. But ultimately, yeah, it can be little things. It does not have to be the biggest thing, right? Small is all.
I love that. Small is all. Does anyone else want to share to discuss? I think this is a great insight altogether. I think this is fun to think about.
I can do mine. So
Please.
with presence, I gave myself a 5, just because I am very much so a people person. And even in my business and what I do, I draw people, which is helping my success in that area. Contribution, I gave myself a 3. And then collaboration, I gave myself a 5. And I think collaboration and presence is almost like, since you draw people using your influence, and then my insight a 5 together. Talent a 3. I have strong talent, but I think that there's always room for more that I could give and learn. And then resilience. Anyone who knows me or works with me knows my personal story, because I'm very open book, and I've gone through a lot, and I tend to use that to help others understand how they can do. And then in the health and wellness business, that's kind of how I encourage people to stay on their health and wellness journey and to stay committed. And so I gave myself a 5 on resilience.
I love that. I love that. I think it's important, especially that you touched on, there's always room to grow, right? Even those points that we put 5 points into, we could still, grow inside those own aspects. We can push past the arbitrary metric we've created for ourselves for this little experiment. And I noticed with everyone that's spoken so far, right, the unspoken aspect is that there are going to be areas where you don't have any points in. And that is perfectly okay too. The idea is that as we approach these challenges, because we work as a team, because all interactions are through other people, you're never by yourself when you are acting as a leader, that implies that you need someone else to balance out the team, right? Just because you're strong in one thing and weak inside another doesn't mean that at the end of the day, it means that someone else is going to be able to hold up their end and bring the team together to be well-rounded and ready to face whatever challenge may come.
I love that. That's really good insight. Noah, do you mind if I share? I know I'm supposed to be here as tech, but I love being a participant, so.
Please, by all means.
Okay, so for presents, I gave myself a 4 out of 5 because I think sometimes I'm willing to offer myself up in support and across the board, but I'm very big on self-care. So I'm very cautious with how much I offer myself up as an empath and just as an individual. And I work with a lot of, well, amazing entrepreneurs like yourselves, business leaders who are doing a lot for the community. So sometimes if I overextend, I have to be cautious. For contribution, I gave myself a 4. Usually I can show up and give my talents and my time needed. Collaboration, I gave myself a 3, and I hadn't thought about giving myself like a 0. I give myself average on things I feel like I can do, but I don't always like to do. So that's at least a gift that I can use, but I don't utilize. For insight, I actually gave myself a 5. I think I often quite have a lot of perspective and insight to share. And then talent, I gave myself a 3 because I agree with Cynthia. They still growing to do always, and growth is an upward journey. And resilience, I gave myself a 3. I struggle through growth. Sometimes I don't want to grow. Sometimes I don't want to stress, but growth is like a natural part of life. So I gave myself a 3 for how well I complain through it.
No, absolutely, right? The change is constant, and sometimes embracing that is hard. Wonderful. Thank you to those of you who spoke up, and even to those of you who don't. That's okay. I don't like speaking up either, so trust me, if there's anyone who understands. But we're gonna move on to this next portion, and using no, absolutely, just putting an eye and a name to our gifts, absolutely. Using those gifts now, I want to give you all a challenge. If you scroll down to your document a little bit further, you have a opportunity. I like to think of it as your team has been asked to help revitalize a community center that has fallen into disuse. The goal is to transform it into a vibrant, welcoming space that meets the needs of the community. Now, there are a couple of trials that come with that: engagement, resources, accessibility, trust building. Knowing how to adapt and overcome those are incredibly important, especially knowing that this is a situation that some of you may see inside real life, or if not this situation, something like it. So I'd like to take this moment, having a little bit more discussion, take a look over this problem, take a look at the different trials, the different ways that people have failed the community center in the past. And I want you to think and discuss about how can you use your gifts in order to confront these challenges. Yes, I think a breakout room would be fantastic, actually, yes.
Yeah, I'm
And we'll
happy
give
to
you
put people in breakout rooms. Yeah.
8 minutes or so, maybe a little bit less. We'll see how we're feeling.
All right, let me see. We've got 24. If I subtract 2 of us, that's 22. So maybe we'll do, okay, 5 breakout rooms. Cynthia's asking for the instructions.
Yep, so we're going to scroll down to the document. We're going to read this situation, this challenge, and we're going to discuss amongst each other how we feel we can confront the challenge with our gifts and talents that we've discussed.
Cool. I'm going to go ahead and assign everyone to breakout rooms. So you're going to be invited to enter breakout room to discuss. And I'll go ahead and send once again this document so everyone can see. And then we'll put on a timer for about how many minutes, Noah?
I'd say, I'm going to say about 8, but I might cut it shorter depending on how we're feeling, just because we're running short on time.
Cool. I'm going to go ahead and recreate and just create those breakout rooms, and everyone should be into breakout rooms.
And this is page 5 of the document. I'll put that into the chat too.
Okay. Everyone should be seeing invite to a room. If you're not able to go into your room, let me know.
Whoops.
Right, everyone's moving. This is beautiful. Those who are on their phones might need a bit of support to move into the rooms. Right. Moving. Okay, we've got Lorena and Kyla, Stella. If you want to, at the bottom of your screen, you should see a join the breakout room. You should be able to join into that room. Lorena, are you there? Estelle, are you there? Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and no, let me know when you want to call them back in. I think I have a timer somewhere, but
Sounds good. Thank you.
yeah. For timeout. Hopefully I didn't interrupt your flow too much.
No, no, no. It was absolutely thank you. Honestly, thank you so much for your support.
It's all good. It's partly why we're supposed to be here. And either way, it was fun. I think the slides are so much fun.
Thank you. I did put a lot of effort into the slides.
Yeah, no, they look really great. I'm gonna give them like, I think they've already started, but I'm gonna give them like 5 minutes and then call them out. Is that good? Cool. Let me just broadcast and let them know. Hopefully they all were able to see the. Yeah, sometimes running these things is not easy.
No, it was my first time doing it online, so
Yeah. Oh, did you do it in person last time?
yeah.
Yeah, I find them to be like, hi, can you send the invite again? I think I might have accident. Okay. I thought, I'm gonna kick you to the waiting room and then put you back in and see if that works. Admit. Okay, wait, I gotta join a breakout room to assist. Give me a moment. Let's see. She joins. Okay, hi, Stella. Now you should have an invite to the room at the bottom of the room of your Zoom invite. You should see a join a breakout room at the bottom of your screen. Do you see that? Okay, well, pause this, Stella. I gotta go help someone who asked me in a different breakout room to support them. I think it was breakout room 1. So Noah, I have a question for you.
Yes, please.
Obviously, this was your first time running this. Would you do this again? Just with all the, someone asked if we'd run this session again, and I was like, I have no idea. I'd have to ask Noah if he has capacity or if he wants to.
I'd be willing to. Definitely inside a
Okay.
different space with stronger internet, but yeah.
Yeah, different space you run in. Yeah, I think people were really, since we had 24 people, I think people are enjoying the session. I think it was just like confusion with the tech and like the steps, but I think so far it was going really well. I had given them 5 minutes, but the other room they just started discussing, so I also want to keep in mind time. What do you want to do? Because I want to respect your time, of course.
Yeah, I wanna respect their time. We have about 1, 2, 3. I think 12:55, just because we have just a couple more slides, just rounding
Okay.
about towards the end.
To the end. So you want me to bring everyone back?
Yeah, I think.
Okay, all right. I'll just bring everyone back and then we'll just let them know like we have more slides and we'll think about running the session again, maybe differently or maybe another time. Is that accurate to say? I also don't want to say that if you don't feel comfortable.
No, that feels good. Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, let me close all the rooms. They should all be coming in now. Give them 60 seconds. Yeah, running these things sometimes. I have my own session on Friday, so I feel you.
Thank you.
Hi, everyone. I'm sorry, you might have been in the middle of an amazing discussion, or you might have not started, which is totally fine. Come back in, join us. Yay. Everyone else should be coming back in shortly. Also, am I the only person who likes to be on camera? I mean, it's cool, it's fine. You guys can just look at my face, but you know, I'm just wondering. So no, I know why you're not on camera. You don't have to be on camera. It's okay, no.
If it helps, I'm also usually one of those people who likes to be off camera.
That does not help. I feel like I'm camera shy. I love that, Angelica. I feel like I'm so used to the virtual world, so I'm very much used to being on camera. Thanks for everyone for joining us. We are just being conscious of time, and we know you probably wanted to have more discussion, but we appreciate it. We have a few more slides to share before we close out, and we are thinking about possibly hosting a session again. So just a by the way. All right, now take it away.
All right, perfect. Lou, do you have the screen share?
Yeah, the slides are up.
Okay,
Yeah,
perfect.
I'm on the abyss slide.
Oh, perfect. Wonderful. So the abyss. This is the dark point inside any hero's journey. I had my abyss earlier, right? And this is where it's really important to examine your second why. It's the most difficult part of any person's journey, that point where you feel like you've hit a rock or you've hit a wall and you don't know how to get any further. Next slide, please. So with the abyss, you need to think back to a second why. And what that means is thinking back to your first why, your call to adventure. And you need to ask yourself, if you're here, you wanted to lead, but why do you want to lead? Why do you want to create change? Why is that something that's meaningful to you? And what do you actually achieve by completing your quest? It's a moment of self-reflection. It's a moment of critical examination, I think, and asking yourself why you do the things you do. And this isn't something you have to discuss out loud, but reflect on it inside your own mind, inside your own spot. Why do you do the things that you want to do? And I find that if you can identify those things that call you past the initial call, right? Bilbo Baggins didn't just go on an adventure because Gandalf asked him to, right? He went on an adventure because of his own deep-seated need or drive for something else. And if you're able to examine your initial why, to find your second why, to find the reason that you are doing the things that you do, you can overcome that abyss, which will lead us into the transformation. Once you've gathered all these skills, these tools, you've examined why you do the things that you do, you can learn how to apply it collaboratively, learning and engaging and knowing that leadership is shared. that true collaboration requires trust and open communication and valuing each other. And that by weaving in transformative justice, that you can create a resilient and adaptable and an inclusive work environment. Next slide, please. Which means also empowering each other, encouraging all voices, especially those less frequently heard or maybe a little afraid to speak up, to contribute and lead, to practice accountability with compassion, remembering that punishment doesn't help anyone to grow. Accountability does. And that you can focus on adaptive and inclusive solutions. That in order to think creatively, you also need to think flexibly. And to think flexibly, you need to think creatively. And using those, you can address challenges with solutions that are accessible and equitable. And then after that, you can finally return home. Ella Baker says, give light and people will find the way. So go ahead and just reflect on these last questions. Once again, you don't need to speak them out loud, especially in the interest of our own time, but remember what insights from today's journey you can carry forward into the future. Ask yourself how you can use your unique gifts to contribute to a shared vision. And always, I like to take one actionable thing I can do moving on to the future that I can use to foster collaborative and inclusive leadership in whatever role you may have. And that about summarizes the hero's journey. Thank you all for joining me through all the rough troubles. It definitely was a spotty one, but I'm glad we were able to get through it. And I hope you all learned something. Thank you for joining me. Hopefully, again, we might be doing this again in a place with stronger, better internet. But I've been Noah Garcia. Thank you all.
No, thank you so much, Noah. Everyone say thank you, Noah. We really appreciate it throughout, even the tech difficulties. The slides was beautiful. The content was amazing. It was phenomenal. We really appreciate it. We will find out if we're able to host another session. So everyone just kind of, hold your breath for that and pray and hope we can. On the side note, if you've done this session, it counts for one of your sessions. Keep going to the next base. We have more sessions being offered this week. Hopefully you're all having a phenomenal time so far in Startup Spring Training. It's my first one, and it's been so great to have all of you in here and to meet Noah and just all of this. So thank you so much for your time, and I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day, evening, morning, afternoon, all together. Thanks, everyone.